Wow, everyone. Is CLOV the next AMC? You guys smoked it yesterday. We saw a closure above the all-time high, a monster move up to 25 on the underneath. Big pullback, as we kind of thought about as a community yesterday, to the all-time high, and then another big move to 22. Currently trading 27.48. It's unbelievable what the community is doing out there. You guys are mad. Everyone get ready. We'll see you very soon. Brad, I'll answer your Tesla question. Don't worry, man. I saw you. Three, two, one. Should I say take off, guys? My God, $27. What the hell? What the? 21.9% again. You guys are mad. This CLOV thing is becoming the real deal. But did everybody else in the, let's call it real markets versus insanity, did you guys see that 10-year treasury yield getting bashed? We're smashing it. We're bashing that thing down so the hyper stonks can represent. Guys, yesterday was rough. It was up. It was down. It was up again. It was the nightmare for many people. But ironically, things came good at the end of the day. So we saw the CLOV come through the all-time highs. Let's just quickly scroll this back. We saw the 17. You pushed it higher. I thought, you're all mad. And then I saw this on the 5-minute and I thought, oh yeah, it's coming back down. Like we thought about. It smashes to 1750 zone. Bang. Hit by buying pressure. By the end of the day, it hit 22. And then the rest is history. Now we're sitting at 27.28. You guys are mad. You're pushing it through. Let's have a quick look around the markets. Say hello to everyone. Brad S., I will answer your question about Tesla. He's a little sad. Let's have a quick look at Tesla here. Oh, it's down at 601. Brad S. bought the market yesterday. He bought up here and then he said, oh, I knew the gap would fill. Look, the problem with this one, Brad S., and I'll just quickly answer this, and I won't say your name anymore, don't worry. You're not going to be signaled out. The only problem is, yes, the market opened super hot yesterday. Your aim, well, what was your aim? Was your aim to take it to 660? Was your aim to take it to 633 and hopefully get to the resistance? The biggest issue is the risk reward. Does it make sense? When it opened at 3% plus, I thought it would always have problems up here. So you've got to think, even if it goes up here, does it still pull back to at least 620 plus and more? And when we're going to have more information? Yes, I would say it will. Now, if we lag, unfortunately, or something happens today, I will apologize. For anyone in Melbourne, stay safe because we have a storm. We have the twister that took out my wheat trade all those years ago. It's happening right now in Melbourne. 100 plus 120 kilometer winds. In the US, that's like 70 miles, maybe 80 mile, I don't know, something like that. Some pretty crazy winds here. I'm near the coast. I'm scared. We're inside. We're barely trading. Starlink wouldn't even be working right now. Elon wouldn't even be giving me internet. That's how bad the weather is over here. But that's okay. We're gonna come through it. So yeah, when it gaps up this, it's all a risk reward, guys. If it moves up here, do we expect it to sell off? Absolutely, we do. If it then hits this level, we're going to have more information to potentially take it long. So I think this is just a classic case of if it gaps up too much, often it will come back. Maybe we don't want to be in the hype of every single day. There's a lot of stocks that opened up super hot yesterday and then came down. Then by the end of the day, they were green. but they certainly weren't as green as they were in the morning. And I think that's a really good lesson just to always learn. Hype is a thing, just like we're seeing on CLOV. But even yesterday, CLOV went all the way up. It went all the way back down to pretty much where it opened, and then it went up again, and now it's higher. So did you get an opportunity to potentially buy if you were not a hype beast? Absolutely you did. Gotham Bag says stay safe. Yeah, we'll be all right. We're not going to get put in the twist of the movie. Yeah, windy as heck, says Dannyism. Yeah, that's right. It's pretty crazy here. That's all right. BTC making new highs. Yes, El Salvador. El Salvador, the president or the prime minister or whoever he is, he came in to literally a live stream. I believe Jack Dorsey was in there. People were shilling out of control, and we saw the lightning bolt. We had the trough. We had the peak. We had the higher trough. We had the higher peak. I posted on Twitter. I actually think this goes up to the trend line. And then maybe we have some problems. We're basically going into structure right now. So there was some actually nice trading here. Very nice trading. Closure above, pullback. Nice little bit. What's this little sneaky percentage here? A little bit of sneaky, like 5% on Bitcoin. A little bit more on some of the other altcoins. But again, it's mostly a Bitcoin story. It is usually a sugar rush. And I'm still not convinced that we haven't seen a new low. We might go up here, but still be very, very scared in terms of the way that you're trading it. Have we seen full recovery in the market? No. Have we seen a 20 moving average get closed above in the Bitcoin market? Not yet. So there are still some things that are worrying me a little bit in the crypto markets. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Twister is a boomer movie, lol, says Glenn. Hey, I remember being a kid and we saw Twister. And it was like 1995. Yeah, I know. But in 1995, we used the VHS. We used the tape deck. We put it in. We rewound. We brought it back. I don't really remember. Used to hire films that were not even rewound properly. So you'd be watching the film halfway when you put it in the deck. You know, there was some dodgy stuff. It was low quality. But I still remember the cow in the Twister. That was the thing. For anyone that remembers that, you guys know the cow in the Twister. So let's go around the markets. US 500 coming in here a little bit lackluster at the peak. Obviously, this is not the market that we're going to be looking at today as much, but it is almost at all-time highs. 42.32 on the open, 0.14. We get the US 100 coming in strong again with a 0.3% up, 13,853. It's still my firm belief, and hopefully the community's firm belief, that we can make it to 14,000. And I think the main reason why is going to be the 10-year. If the 10-year gets underneath here, we've basically had lower peak, lower peak, lower peak, lower peak. This is good for hyperstocks. This is good for Nasdaq. This is good for crazy apes out there in the community that are looking for squeeze positions. By the way, guys, give us a like if you enjoy the stream. It will help us out. We're at about 700 viewers right now and probably about 100 likes. So get it up there if you can. What about Sharknado? Sharknado is got 3 films. Who knows how? I watched one of the Sharknados. They were in a shed. It was a pretty bad film. But I do see why people like it. It's like so bad, it's good. It's so bad, it's good. Closure below here should signal that we can make it towards 14,000 as well for the Nasdaq, because I think this is a pretty serious thing. It's, of course, a descending triangle. You can see it. Guys, you know exactly what's going on here. I don't need to tell you what's going on. You guys know. Let's keep going around the markets here. Black gold continues its strength. We're right. Everyone else is wrong. Good work, community. Now they're talking about it. Now everyone's like, oh, black gold going to $100. It's all going to be great, guys. But guess what? I have it on pretty good occurrences now. Who sent me this? I'm pretty sure it was Klim. He sent it to me. He said that the number one option, call option right now in the markets is actually $100 strike price for US oil. Can you believe that? It's $100 strike price for US oil. And this is amazing because it means that we're actually seeing a point where everyone's starting to believe that's possible, which is cool because then they can push it to $75 and then we can get the hell out of there and be like suckers. And just like last time, it's going to drop off and OPEC's going to ruin it. So $100 oil is now being called pretty much unanimously by people. The call option strikes are all over 100. We've seen nice little pullbacks. Let's go to the 4 hour here so we can start to understand it a little bit better. It's come back to this 20 quite a few times. A little bit of a problem up here, broke through, and now it's going to hopefully go past 70.61, which will lead to our initial 72 target and then 75 target, because this is a very, very sweet gold, black gold movement. I've been pretty impressed by how this is going. It's great trading, great movement, and I'm happy. I'm very happy with that one. Nice. What else? Gold, 1890. Probably too close to tell. We've got CPI coming out tomorrow. You guys are making a big deal over it. Fair enough. It did push around the markets last time. I still tend to not really trade around. I trade around it, but I don't really pay too much attention to my medium longs in things like the CPI data. I don't think it's very important. If you like scalping or day trading, obviously you don't want to put a position into a CPI news data. It can completely ruin it. So gold is struggling right around the zone of 1890. We know this area is key. We know this area is clearly where the bulls and the bears are fighting it out, 1888 to 1890. If you're wondering where the bulls may gain control, because we've now got 1 rejection, 2 rejections, 3 rejections, a closure above here should be significant, and it can move us up to the 1910, and then of course a 1910 crack again should move us towards 1930. So for gold bulls, that's what you're looking for. For the bears of gold, anything under this 1888 on a significant time frame close, I think could really send shivers through this market. They could really punish this market. We'll continue to go through. Let's read some of the apes comments over here. 10-year down, markets up, says Marvin the Martian. Absolutely. Joshua says it's a bad movie, bro. Yep, it's true, but that's all we had to watch, man. Jaws 3 was even worse. That's true. Jaws 3 was really bad. What is a triangle? I don't know, says Lee. Well, a triangle basically is a compaction of price. So if you go back over to the Bitcoins here, think about it like this. We've got a series of higher lows. Okay? We've got a series of lower highs. So effectively, we've got strengthening price on the bottom, weakening price on the top, and all of that is coming into what we could call, well, a triangle or a bit of a squeeze. So it's like getting squeezed by the market where currently price is going in and in and in and in and in, and eventually it's going to break out and it's going to be explosive. And that's why when it broke out of this level, it had an explosive movement. Now we've got an explosive retracement, which is not unknown for these type of things to occur because of El Salvador, but will it retest from this level and have problems? I think it could. I certainly think it could. That's an example, though, of a great symmetrical triangle and a really good kind of analysis throughout. You should do that. Now, some people also call this a pennant because they'll take the distance and they'll bring that through. I talked about that in today's video. That would call for a 6,000 Bitcoin. I don't think that's going to happen, but it's very interesting. We'll see how it interacts with this zone shortly, won't we? What else we got here? We've got a super chat coming in. Eric Kempton, $4.99. RKT, let's look at those levels. Hopefully the chat got in on this. So RKT was one that we looked at the other day. It's been a bit slow. Has it started moving? Yep, 6.48%. Yesterday had a nice move on it. Went from 20 up to 21. Yeah, Rocket is certainly one that has gone before. It's well known to be squeezed. We obviously got back to 40 over here. This is one that I thought was presenting. Volume came in pretty hard throughout the session. You can see that all of a sudden the daily traders were coming in on it. Volume started before that. We were probably alerted to this trade around here, and I think originally someone said it down here. But here's where we started to look at it a lot more closely. Great closure out yesterday. So I think the levels start to make sense. We've got 24 being like the first zone that I think it could get to. 24 being resistance, resistance, resistance. It's currently trading at 22.69. You can see that here. So as soon as we clean 22.69, should be able to go to 24. Once it cleans 24, it could be really, really good on RKT. So if that's something you're interested in and you like to get into these type of things, they're the levels I'm looking at. 22.80-ish, first resistance. The next zone around $24-ish. And once we clean that area, I think it could be quite explosive, maybe even upwards of 28 plus, even into the previous kind of crazy highs of 40 plus. CLOV will be the one that shows us this. Now, for AMC fans, I think this is a negative, because what's going to happen here is there is a lot of weak apes out there, guys. There's a lot of people that are not as strong as other hodlers. And what they're doing is they're like, damn, I'm up like 100% or 200% or whatever I'm up. I'm seeing this action in CLOV. That's the next AMC. I'm going to run over to that one. Next AMC, let's go over there. Let's go over to CLOV. We don't care about AMC anymore. Let's go over to RKT. This is what happened last time. Let's go over to Workhorse. Let's go over to other stocks. And when we start to see that chitter chatter happen, that's what happens. It creates weakness. And that doesn't mean it's going to be sustained weakness, but this is the type of thing that does happen. It's happened before. It happened in Feb. It happened in March when they started going. And you'll instantly see it when you start seeing these trending tickets. All of a sudden, RKT's up here. It wasn't up here before. And then we go to most active, and you'll see AMC, followed by CLOV, followed by Wish, followed by Workhorse, GameStop, Ride, etc., etc. But now the rise of something like RKT or something else is taking away the power of a huge amount of commitment towards AMC. And this is exactly, realistically, what Wall Street wants. They want you to just disperse your money everywhere. You go push all these different stocks, and ultimately the money's dispersed too much. There's only so many people that are going to participate in these markets. And when you disperse it, it weakens the overall position. Do you guys know what I mean? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know in the chat right now. The chitter chatter says crypto loss. That's right, the chitter chatter. Rick SD says Wish. MF Jones says, do you think GME's earnings could have the same effect on meme stocks as last time? Seems like their earnings have a lot of speculation. Relying on new announcements tomorrow may be a good dip buy. Yeah, I don't understand why anyone would like earnings announcements coming into a meme stock. Unless the CEO came out and he's like, hey guys, we just found out that we're 65% shorted or whatever it is. And he actually comes out and acknowledges it. I bet you it booms if he came out and said that. I don't know if he's even ever acknowledged it. He already did the NFT crypto, didn't he? The crypto dividend. He's done as good as you can on GME. And I don't like earnings reports, but I do love what happened yesterday. Beautiful, guys. Who got this one? Anyone in the community got this one? JCI5M3 says, so due to scarcity, only buy GME and hold. I think you need to realize there's two pillars to the movement. There's four stocks that kind of started it. And there's others, obviously. There's GME, the biggest one. AMC, arguably becoming the second pillar, very hardcore, big pillar. And then you've got your Blackberries, you've got your Nokias, you've got your strange other ones that all happened. CLOV has certainly become very popular in recent days. But I still don't think the apes are as strong as those ones and holding it as they are in others. And I think for anyone, even though I know there's a lot of my community that doesn't care about this type of stuff, it's an interesting case of human psychology. And when you understand that every single thing that you do, when you're reading this chart, when we're looking at Forex, when we're looking at crypto, when we're looking at stock markets, I don't care, even any market out there, what you're doing is you're trading human psychology. And effectively, when we understand that better, we get a great idea of how people are going to interact. And you get this extra little bit, this extra 10% that takes you from being a crappy trader to the next level, the big brain trader and the big brain investor. And you suddenly see things completely differently. And sometimes people will snap and they'll see it and they'll go, oh my God, I wish I saw this earlier. It's like in the workplace. You know, many people believe, you know what happens? 90% of people ask for a job raise when they're disgruntled, they're pissed off at their boss, they're pissed off at the company, and they think they should get a pay rise. You know what the smart people do? When they complete a job, they do a great job, they do a great effort, and they do well, they go and ask for the pay rise then. And guess what? They get it. But you know who doesn't get it? The disgruntled, pissed off person. They have to quit because they're asking for a pay rise when their job is poorer than it was a few months ago because they're disgruntled. You know, it's just that basic human psychology. Most people don't realize that. I don't know why they don't, but they just don't. 344 was reached. I'm very, very happy with this take. I think that was a great trade yesterday. We recognized that GME was the hotter trade because AMC was weakening, and we saw that GME hadn't moved correctly. So I think that was really good. CLOV obviously was a powerhouse. Today, I don't know if I like this one. I don't like earnings of any kind when it comes to one of these squeeze stocks. If we go over to AMC, that's obviously my opinion. You can totally disagree with me, guys. That's fine. If we go over to AMC, I think it's all about this $60 range. You clean this, you get above it. Yes, that should create a bunch of crazy apes that go up to the 68. I'm still positive that that's the kind of thing I'm looking for from a technical perspective. I always like that kind of action. From the perspective of what we're seeing here on the charts, oh, God. I mean, what? 20 moving average on the 1 hour? Not really. What is happening? Is it holding up? It's certainly weakening in range. And I just feel like as we see more and more and more and more of these squeezes go, it's going to put more and more weakness on AMC, which in essence is going to break the sequence across the board. So we need to see this thing hold. Ideally, it kind of just consolidates. That's okay. Or goes up, either or. And if it starts weakening through 50, then we're getting problems. Then we could go back down here into the 38-40 range. And you know that there's these kind of zones where clearly there's buyers. There's buyers somewhere around this 52. I don't know why they're there, but they're there. There's buyers somewhere around this 48-50 range. And there's buyers ultimately at about $40. And then, of course, $35, et cetera, et cetera. So we don't want it down there. Ideally, it hovers. But if it starts faltering, I think that bodes badly across all squeezes. And you need to start paying attention. Marcus Horn says, I disagree. The moon or nada? Some people are saying symmetrical triangle, Tom. So what they're doing is they're drawing through these lows here. They're drawing through these highs here. And they're saying, we're going to break this symmetrical triangle, damn it. We're going to get through this zone. It's very thin, by the way, but fair enough. You've got your touches both sides. And you know what's meant to happen on a symmetrical triangle? It should have already broken. So you don't want a symmetrical triangle getting to the tippity top, the end of the Egyptian pyramid. You don't want that. You want this thing to break here or here in the last third, okay? We do this in our course. If you're interested in our course, check out the links in the description down below, guys. But we do this as a thing because it's all about it breaking in the last third. You want it to break not at the end, but before. You want decision made before. Because what could happen here? You draw this and you come to me and you say, look at my symmetrical triangle, Tom, so beautiful. It's going to break up. It's going to the moon. $100, baby. But what happens if it gets here and it does this? Is that still a symmetrical triangle? Is that still a strong pattern? No. Because when you go back and you show somebody, it's doing this and then it's just done this, it kind of peters out. It needs to break here or here ideally for this to be a really great pattern. But I totally get it. Let's read everybody else's stuff. Zom on the road to $70, says Sherlock Holmes. That's ExxonMobil. Yes. Data says AMC or GME aren't the best squeezes and traders know that, says Johnny Bravo. Fair enough. You're talking about which ones have the biggest amount of shorts on them. Fair enough. That's fine. What happens when GME moves from Russell 2000 to Russell 1K and then all the ETFs have to sell and repurchase GME at the end of Q2? Haha, says Glenn. Okay, fair enough. Tom, you stop talking sense right now, says Johnny. We'll keep talking as much as we can. As much as we can. Ride going belly up, GM retooling. I'm not sure what that's about, but all right, cool, man. Is RKT the next CLOV, says Rowdy? Well, I guess you want to look at the current talk, the current chitter chatter. So if somebody in the Discord community wants to share some of their free tools for testing how many people are talking about something, that's very important. You need to look at social arb here, how much discussion is going through, how much short sell. The story has to be, we have a huge amount of short sell, we still have a lot of profit potential, and then you'll see the community get behind it because they're greedy apes. People are greedy, guys. You need to think about that. Why'd CLOV take off? Because it's got a cool story. It was down here. It started getting that movement on it. Obviously, they go $11. We've seen $17 before. we get a good percentage here. It's cheap, it's accessible to people, and it has lots of short. So therefore, they're going to push it up. So that's the type of thing that goes on. All right, some more donations coming in here. Matthew Oldfield, super chat $5. We looked at Huya last week, I think. Any areas where you think it will have trouble after yesterday's run? Let's have a look. Ooh, nice. Oh, yeah, we did look at this. And we talked about this thing, which was the series of lower... Let's go look at daily. I remember, man. That's a great close for you. Yeah, look, you just have problems here. 17, where it is today, 1750. So it's going to have an issue here. You know that. But maybe it just keeps slaying through it. I mean, that's a great gap. Beautiful trade close, by the way. Very nice, dude. Very nice. Yep, these are the levels that I would think that you have problems at. So you're going to have issues around this peak, 19, 1750, 50 moving average here. It's cool. It's pretty nice. I would love to see this happen for you. And then they're the two main clean zones. After that, though, I don't really see that much on the left-hand side that's going to stop you. I think there's a lot of potential here. And that's a great form of base. I don't know if we talked about this last time. I'm sure we did. But that volume was starting to peak. That's like Airbnb volume. Lots of accumulation. That's a good trade, good spot. Nice into the resistance here today. Let's see how it trades out. If it's like CLOV, it'll just go straight through it. But I'm not sure on this stock. Lower peaks got broken through. Accumulation, volume on the breakout. That's perfect. You can see the market's loving it today. That's good. Things are looking very, very nice. Let's move down here as well to some others that I know people are harassing me about. What's going on with plug? People are saying, Tom, plug. I think it looks fine. I mean, we've got the closure out. Yesterday, it came right back down, tested, found a bounce. Plugs trading around, 33.55 in the pre-market. I'd love to see this thing get to this 37.40. This zone would be very nice. Resistance, support, resistance. Yeah, I'm hopeful for it. Again, I'll reiterate, though, this is not a company I would want to hold. It is a trade and nothing more to me. I do not like this company particularly. I think its valuation is not particularly exciting to me. However, it's doing the right stuff. We've had consolidation. We had breakout close. We've got movement. We saw the lower highs. There's a lot of things going on that looks pretty good. XLM Vet for Life says space stocks all have good news. I hate space stocks. No. Space stocks, a trade maybe. An investment, too soon. That's my opinion. But you know what? You guys come here for the community's opinion and mine as well. I don't like space stocks. I just think it's too soon. It's kind of like when you saw those big moves and 3D printers back in 2014, they blew up. You saw marijuana legalization. It went crazy and then it blew up in everyone's face. SPACs, they all blew up recently on people and then some are coming back, obviously the good ones. It's the same thing time and time again. Can they make enough money from space realistically for the stock market to actually be like, hey, you've actually given us what we want? The stock market is greedy. They want earnings and they want them now. Thank you very much again for the donation there, Matthew Oldfield. Good luck in Huya. Gravity Falls, $5. LUMN made it to 15, Tom. That's good. But it could have meme properties because the famous Dr. Barry, known for the large shorts, holds 650,000 shares. Tom does not like anything that flies or grows. I like agricultural stocks. But yeah, you're probably right. If something... Yeah, that's true, actually. I never thought about that. Space stocks and then one explodes and then you lose lots of money. Yeah, I hate space stocks. I'm going to stick with it. That's my opinion. Imagine if your rocket... Oh, that would be such a bad feeling. It'd be like you're watching your beautiful company and they're sending people into space and you're watching a live stream on YouTube and you're thinking, this is great, the hype, the anticipation, everyone's excited, it's all good, and then the damn thing explodes. That would be super uncool. Not only because probably somebody would die, which is terrible, but on top of that, you would also get slaughtered on your share, which would be very nasty indeed. Both bad, very bad. Don't know where I was going with that one. LUMN. So supposedly this is looking positive. I think it is looking positive. $15. Nice closed out here. Oh, it's so delicious. Let's go to the weekly. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I mean, we've got a nice base. We have a lot of runway here. We have that series of lower... See how this is happening across all the stocks right now? You can tell it. It really respected that. I think it's pretty good. And it does definitely have runway here. LUMN. This is a Lumen Technology Specialty Telecommunications stock. Welcome to the 1,241 viewers as well. We're only half an hour into the stream. Thank you so much for the support. Guys, like the video. It does help us out. Subscribe if you haven't already. It does help us out as well. And hopefully you're enjoying what we're seeing so far. This thing could have legs in it. It's got a nice accumulation base. I would actually think that it's going around here, which is about $22. Previous supports, somewhere in 22 to 24 would be the target that I would have on it. It's not too bad. Not my favorite, but it's not too bad. If SpaceX IPO before like 3 of their rockets exploded, yeah, that wouldn't be good. The first airplane had an actual passenger, Buckwheat says. I'm not sure what we're talking about here. Nobody is selling trips to space. I thought Virgin Galactic was. Maybe they're not. Can you have a look at Nvidia, AMD, and Intel? Man, Andre, you asked for a lot. They are good stocks though. I'm doing a bachelor's on stock market analysis and I want to know what you think about them from a TA perspective. We'll help you out, Andre, because you're doing good work. You know, you're doing good work there. Let's have a look at Nvidia. People like these stocks anyway. NVDA. So firstly, my TA here, I think we hit the peak for now. I actually also think this is a heavily underrated from this perspective. Everyone goes, graphics card, this, that. I would only buy this company not for graphics cards. I would buy it for robotics. This is an AI play, in my opinion. AI. That's the only reason I'd buy Nvidia. It's not about anything other than AI. I think the split kind of news has led to a very large increase. If you want to know something that you can put in your bachelor's and you want to tell everybody how smart you are, this is one of the things that I would do. I would draw your trend line through here, man. I would then draw this up, and I do this for a psychology play. So this is what I'd write in your bachelor's. I would say, we see a double bottom at the below here. This double bottom breaks through a trend line. The closure represents bullish movement in the market. We then see follow through, as we can have here, by huge volume. Volume increases dramatically coming through this event. You can see the volume here on the breakout. Very important that this is coming through. And then from that point, we get stock split news, which leads to the basic human emotion of buy the rumor and sell that fact, going towards 700 for the stock split anticipation. There you go. I've written your bachelor's. It's all good. Next one, AMD. Let's have a look. Okay. AMD, giant trend line on the way down. Probably have to ignore that one, so maybe go to the weekly. Put in the weekly. It'll make more sense. This is a stock buyback. Often stock buybacks have an initial kind of hype train, which has happened over here, and then they start to consolidate. Usually a stock buyback means the company has no better thing to do with their money. I don't usually see that as a great positive for a growth stock. However, they supported, at least for most people, that $75 range. If I was going to write this and draw this in, I would say that this level is phenomenal. It held very, very hard throughout many months around the 74. And effectively, it's making a series of lower peaks. So that's the way I'd look at it. Next one, you've got Intel. Intel. A crap company. Don't write that. You don't need to write it's a crap company. Well, we'll use capital.com. So let's have a look here what's going on in the futures. Wow, look how little it has. Ugh. That's funny. Okay, so Intel here. We have great support, a better CEO than they used to have, big giant ranges of disappointment over time, and effectively it's trading within some insanity. So if you think about this, we've had multiple yearly lows. You've had resistance highs showing that realistically TA works very, very well. And you're right in the middle of nowhere zone. See that? Right in the middle of nowhere. So for me, it's on the recovery path. It's got crap tech at this stage, and hopefully they can turn it around because they are behind AMD, and AMD is kicking their ass. Kicking their ass. I'm not interested in this stock right now. All right. Cool, man. I hope that helps. Let's see what else people are saying. Take a look at Atari. We did. Wait, is it moving? That would probably be a meme candidate. It's such a piece of crap. This is such a bad stock. I'm sorry. I do not like this. Atari, go back to the 70s where you were kind of a thing. You made like a crap joystick and people played, I don't know, Centipede on it or something. You made some of the worst games ever. And I don't like this company. So there we go. All right, let's keep going. 35K for BTC. US 100 continues up, 0.39. I think this is still looking really, really great. Welcome 1,361 people. What else have we got going on? We've got AMC still down 5%. We've got GME down 0.08 earnings today on this one, guys, after the close. Got Plug moving 0.18. Let's go through the markets. We'll bring them up together right now. I haven't done it yet. Let's have a look. Pre-market. Okay, so we've got 22.89% on CLOV. That's phenomenal. We've got Tilray coming with a 2.52 up to 20.73. Not bad. We've got GameStop 304. Plug floating around. AMC the only one down. I do believe it's bad that everyone's starting to move out and disperse. That's not what we really want from the apes. We don't want disbursement because that ruins the first one. Coinbase coming in strong at 224. Probably should have a look at that one. We're starting to get a bit of base around that 220. If you want to own crypto and you don't want to own crypto, Coinbase is a play at these levels. Much better than the $400 ridiculous dollars that we thought was ridiculous when we first saw that come in. BioNTech 1.72. Airbnb up 0.84. Let's have a look at the downside. A bunch of companies most people do not own here. Biogen continuing to weaken after that incredible move off the news. I don't think we can say that's unexpected. Banks finding a little bit of weakness here as the 10-year treasury yield goes through. So hopefully it's still about hypergrowth. That's what I want to see. Hypergrowth going long. Hypergrowth, hypergrowth, hypergrowth. All of these companies. Every one of these. I want them all to be green except for John Deere, which I want to die, and I want this one to go down. Once we close through here, that's a perfect top end wick-off or wike-off movement. Gravity, we've done your one. Simon Tekeste, Super Chat $2.99. VLDR, please. Let's have a look. VLDR. Okay. Oh, we've done this one for you before. Nice closure, dude. Very nice. Lower peaks all the way through. Accumulation. Volume, volume, volume. Sneaky volume. Huge volume yesterday. Another great spot there from us, I think, when we talked about this. You've broken through the key level. You've seen it. The volume's accompanying it. And that's why you're being rewarded today in the pre-market with a 5% move. Plenty of movement up to the 16 still here as well. So there's got a decent amount of potential up to the 16. Resistance, resistance. So there's a resistance, there's a resistance, and of course there's a resistance again. Not bad. Not bad. Good luck, Simon. Thank you very much for all the subscriptions coming in as well. Appreciate that, guys. Nikhil Sharma, super chatted $100, but it's not real. I think it's like Indian currency, I believe. Hi, Tom. Could you please look at Petronet LNG for me? Petronet. Okay. LNG. Here it is. Ooh. That's nasty, dude. Oh, that is... Not the best. Oh, I don't know if I like the company that much. God, what do I do for you here? I mean, you've got your heavy 206 support. This is sick. Oh, I don't like it, dude. Not at all. Maybe it comes back down to 206, and this is the area you should be focusing on. Overall, things here don't really fill me with confidence. You've kind of got like a series of lower highs or lower peaks that have come through here. You've got a lot of weakness here for some time. Bounces, down, bounces. What's going on fundamentally here probably has me more interested. And I would just draw like... Yeah, I don't know. I really don't like this. I would stay away from it. But at least you know you have 206 big support. I don't like much about what's happening here. If you're shorting it and you're looking at sells, then of course the 206 is the aim. And a break past that is going to be fairly significant towards the downside. Good luck. Good luck. John Caritas, $5. G'day. Bag holding this biotech, ONCY. Okay. Is there any good news on your magic chart? Thank you. You are the best. Well, the bad news is it's pumpy dumpy. The good news is there good news? I'm trying to find you good news, dude, because you gave me a donation. It could be good news, but I don't think there is right now. The way I'd probably see this is inverse head and shoulders potential. So you've got your left shoulder here. You've got your head here. You've got your right shoulder. Closure above this trend line here, which would be around $3.23, should signal that you move fairly heavily. I would expect up to $4, and that would be the good news. Also, you see some little rejections coming in here. Not much on the volume chart. $3 at the moment. I hope it goes up. Earnings a little bit a while away, so that's good. This last earnings obviously wasn't great for the companies, but it's rebounded. So yeah, I'd be playing this like inverse it, head and shoulders on the angle, and then trade accordingly through to the $4. Your bag holding it so you can get excited when it gets through here. Put that on your chart, man. Thank you very much, John. Fat Panda. Fat Panda with the PH. $2 Australian. Can we do bonfire token? That sounds terrible. Is that actually a thing? Bonfire token? Well, I don't even have bonfire. Is it like this? What is bonfire token? Bonfighter? Dude, I don't even know what that is, man. But thank you very much, Fat Panda. I will see if somebody else can tell us. Rupees. Yeah, rupees. That's what I was saying before. So sorry about the bonfire token. I don't know what it is, man. Harry Bowman coming in with $5. Hi, Tom. Hope you're all good. We're all good, man. As long as we get through this storm. Can you share your thoughts on BTC US dollar shorts chart and the potential similarity to just before May 19th sell-off? Do you have the shorts chart for me, Harry? I think I only have the interest of net transfers. I saw a whale was transferring pretty large BTCs. I don't have the shorts chart. If you give me the code for it, then we can have a look. But yeah, I don't have it. So Harry, you got to send it to me in Discord, and then I'll bring it up for the community. Brent Misenko, $5. GM Tom. Okay. Thoughts on June and November to November historical run-ups on PG in relation to it being on support and a small uptrend, big brain. Oh man, that's a big one. So good morning is what he's saying on the other thing. Let's have a look now at PG, Procter & Gamble. So this company, bit of a boomer company, not as fun for a lot of people as others. So you're saying there's a bit of a June to November historical run-up. So let's just quickly put that to work. We'll put in some big trend lines here. Let's get a couple of vertical lines. So we've got the June run up here during 20. All right. Then this whole year seems to have been a run. So all of that 18 year ran through. 19 got busted down into 20, obviously. So it looks like all of 18 was good. May, June. Okay. So, yep. All right. And then we go back 16. What do we got here? June, bit of a run up. Fair enough. So look, yep, couple of last years, there's certainly been a run up to a degree. We obviously have seen a big sell off come through the March period for this, down to 122, back up to 135. I think that this is like a sector that gets rotated in on. Yeah, I think it's fair to trade the seasonal. You want to trade the seasonal along with technical analysis, though, if you can. So whenever you look at the chart like this and say you're looking at it and you're going, what do I want to do? Well, you know that if it makes a new trough here, that's going to be a peak, a trough, a lower peak, and a lower trough on this daily time frame. Not ideal for your trade. That's not what we want. What you want is a close above this level. Oh, BTC shorts is in there. Okay, we'll load it up. Thanks very much, Dave. The admins have sent me the list. So we'll do that one in a second for you. Here we go. 139 on the resistance. Nice amounts of resistance here. I would love to see that closed above and then that to instigate your June into November trade. I think it makes sense. It's a relatively defensive kind of company. Does pretty well over that period. Clearly, you've done some seasonality, and you know what? That's what big brains do. You bring the seasonality, the TA, the fundamental analysis, bring it all together, mash it up, and you've made a great thing. That's why we've got a course that includes fundamental analysis. It includes TA now. It includes it all together into one big thing, because seasonality is also in there. It pays. If you know the seasonality, it pays hard. It's not just about one thing in stocks. It's about bringing it all together. And when we do that as a community, we smash it out of the ballpark every time. So yeah, I like it. Resistance breakout should be good. Let's bring up this BTC shorts. Bit Phoenix chart. Oh, that's a lot of shorts. I didn't even know this was here. It's pretty cool if it's accurate. How many... where's it get its data from? I would like to know where it gets its data from. So this is the May 21 massive increase in shorts that came through. Now, when did that happen? So 17th of May. Okay. We're just doing some investigation here to check it out. 17th of May was actually a few days before. So the big shorts came in here. Okay. So it's definitely a preemptive strike here. Big increase in shorts on the 6th. Let's bring that over. Very good. Again, preemptive. Not bad. I think it's totally valid. Now, we ended up seeing, what's this? 19th of May, it dropped off hard. Okay. Causing the massive dead cat bounce. Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's good. You should use that. It's kind of like using copper in the market. It seems to be fairly well correlated. You can probably just chuck it over the top of the BTC chart with a comparison tool and use it. It's good. It's a good chart. I'll chuck it in the rotation. There's no reason. I don't know how much data. I need to find where the data comes from. What about this one over here? Increase 20th of April. 20th of April. Let's have a look at the TA at that point. 20th of April, day before, and then it sold off fairly heavily. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. So yeah, when those increased shorts come through, it looks like pretty good stuff. And I would use that chart. Community, get on it. Why not? Now, if we're thinking about what happened, you've got to remember it's increased for a couple of days now. So the short already occurred. If it continues to increase and you're up here, and you see continuous pressure on the shorts, so you go back over to that chart, let's think about it from a perspective of how we're going to use it. So if this increases, let's say you see this damn thing go up here, and the market's increasing off this El Salvador news, are you going to feel like, oh yeah, I love BTC, oh my God, it's so great to own this? You're probably not. You're probably going to be like, hell, I'm getting the hell out. So if it increases, we hit the trend line of the bottom of the symmetrical, or we hit like a 36K and this thing's going. Do we feel good about that? Hell no, we don't. We get out. Get out of there. That's what we say. The Bit Phoenix. Yes. Best time to sell options expiring this Friday. Best time to sell? That's a really random question, man. Best time to sell options expiring this Friday. It depends whether you want to ride it through CPI news or not. I guess not riding it through CPI news would be the way to go if you want to mitigate risk. Harry Bowman, $2. You guys were all over it. $2. Search for BTC USD shorts in TradingView smiley face. Thank you very much. We got there. Sac Honda highlight super chat at $4.99. Nothing better than Tom's TA in the morning with a cup of Joe. Yes, I should actually start a coffee shop where I sell everyone coffee beans. Very good, Sac Honda. I love my coffee, guys. Can you give me your thoughts on SoFi? As I got the SPAC around $17. Okay, let's have a look. All these SPACs are coming back in. You guys have been pushing them hard. 12.64% yesterday. Volume starting to really drive through. You could see that volume starting to drive high ever since here. There's been accumulation in these for a while. And we've kind of been saying that as a community. I've been a big believer that these hyper stonks and these mad kind of big drops have started to show life now for a couple of weeks. It took a couple of weeks to come through hard, but yeah, it looks good. I think this is coming to life at the right time. I'd be a little bit concerned about the fact that does this have like a lot of short interest on it? I have no idea. If it does, 28 is probably your ultimate target here unless you want to bag hold it. That's a big gain very quickly. And I do think that you're going to be met by selling pressure at that point on this stock. So I would probably aim for that. I don't see why you wouldn't based on the current pre-market action of 24.40 plus. Like it's looking pretty good. Congratulations on getting in on it. And I don't think there's anything here that looks slightly worrying at this stage other than its big aggressive candles. Johnny Bravo says, Tom, do me a favor for kicks and say hello to Johnny Bruce. He's listening while working a semi friend of mine new to trading. Oh, well, hello, Johnny Bruce. Good to have you here, man. Continue your hard work, man. That's what I love about Americans, guys. You guys are hard workers. Australians, I believe many of us are hard workers as well and everywhere in the world. But Americans, whenever I watch those shows, some people, oh my God, like Deadliest Catch and stuff, some of them work their asses off, I got to say. Malvadisa, RJ, super chatted SEK $50. Can you have a look at Vale.sa? Thanks, you're the best. Yeah, let's have a look. Check out Vale, iron ore, steel, topping out here a little bit. I am kind of done with the steel iron ore play. And there's a couple of reasons why. And it's got nothing to do with, I know everyone's excited and everyone's feeling like it's, the demand's going to continue rising forever. But I feel like a lot of these are getting very close. So if you take this as a flag, which is totally valid, I'd probably take it traditionally from the proper flag, which is there to there. We're getting very close to a peak here. Now, is the risk and reward worth it on something like this Vale? I'm not sure if it's worth it because let's say it breaks 22. Best case scenario, maybe 26. Best case. Worst case scenario, we double top here and it comes down hard. I've traded a lot of steel companies over the years, a lot of iron ore companies over the years. I've seen a lot of cycles. And I can tell you that we're certainly in a super cycle right now. And when you look at iron ore price, when you look at how expensive everything is, those huge lumber spikes that occurred and everything like that, if people aren't aware, can we get a lumber chart in here? Let's have a look. What the hell is that? No, none of those are lumber charts. Let's just quickly go over to FinViz. If anyone's wondered what these are, FinViz. If you go and have a look at a lumber chart, look at that massive movement here. Huge spikes up weekly. Look at the weekly. Phenomenal spikes up followed by a big crash off in lumber. So I think that this is starting to happen across many, many industries. We're starting to see steel going too high or iron ore going too high. This is something that I'm very worried about and I'm constantly aware when I'm looking at these markets. Get rid of that chart. We don't need that one. Yeah, so Vale, if you get a new high, sure, it's going to trade that range. So you might get a couple of extra bucks out of it, but be very careful. I'm kind of feeling like it's near the end, but you obviously need to make your decision. Andy Pandy, knock 20. Wish being a good day to trade, potential for 19. This is Wish. Potential for 19. So 20, 50% up yesterday. Currently 15. Potential to 19 is the question. Yes, this is definitely on stock twits. This is a very popular squeeze at the moment. You can see it's coming through on the lists. $20 is certainly potential. I mean, every fiver is going to be potential here, man. 15, you can see the support, the resistance, very important. Then 20, you can see the resistance here. I totally agree with you. Is it a trade for today? I feel like a lot of these ones, I mean, it's a complete gamble if you're jumping in now. If you recognized all of this accumulation, this extreme volume accumulation before it happened. In fact, this one had it on there. You know, you can see it. Guys, look at that. You can see that increase in volume on the low. All this volume increasing here compared to where it was. There was someone accumulating, getting ready for the short squeeze at this exact point. You can see they were doing it. They were doing it. That's what you want to be looking for. You want to see increased volume, do a FinViz scan, and effectively get into the party. But when you see something that's already gone so far, if you take it there, I understand. I think that it's still valid yesterday. I think it's partially valid today. But, you know, you don't want to be, you want to recognize you can lose $5-10 on this fairly quickly. So you've got to go in it with, can I afford to lose all this money? If you can, then that's the way you do it. $20 seems logical though, dude. Good luck. Bradley back $2. Dead cat bounce on BIIB yesterday. This is Biogen. So Biogen weakened and then bounced up. I don't think it's a dead cat bounce on a stock like this. I haven't read exactly how big the breakthrough is. This is not a stock that's small. This is a $59 billion company. $59 billion. It's not a $300 million biotech company. It's a big one. It's a very serious, very big breakthrough that's cracked through all of these key zones. So see this 371 area? Let's have a look at the 4-hour. See how it hit that? Exactly what we thought yesterday. Exactly what we thought yesterday. Followed by big bullishness. Now, I could see it consolidating for some time here. Maybe not following through as much as people think. But you know I'm big bull on the biotech sector. I love the biotech sector. Biotech, healthcare, healthcare. That's what I'm all about. Technology. That's the area I'm in at the moment, and I'm feeling good. So, yeah, I like it a lot. I like what it did. I like how it pulled back. I would read about the drugs and what's happened exactly, but yeah, it's done the right thing for us. What else is people saying? Sell options with extremely high implied volatility if you want to benefit from the IV crush. Yes, Bull Rocket, you are correct. But sell options that, you know, maybe sell a spread or something instead, so you limit at least your worst case scenario. Try never to use an option. If you don't understand it, don't put a sell call on something with an infinite possibility of loss. Maybe sometimes learn about selling credit spreads instead. That might be a better way of doing things. We will be releasing our advanced options course at some point soon as well if you're interested. Brian Grant, $5. Hi, Tom. PSFE getting good press lately. PSFE. Pay safe. What do you think about opening a position at $11? Will it get back down there? I would hope not. I think that would be bad if it got back down there. So sometimes you wish things come back because you miss them. But ultimately, you actually don't want them to come back because that's bad. So we got a trough, you got a peak, you got a higher trough, and you're going for the higher peak here. Like, I want to see a higher peak and recovery now. I don't want to see it back at 11 because that puts us in a bad predicament of, well, the market's relatively weak. Why didn't it make a new higher peak? Why is it continuing to have problems through these lower peaks coming through here? This has such little data on it. I think that's important to note. But notice the volume. Like, let's have a look at the daily volume. The volume has increased substantially. It was increasing down here with buyers. It's increasing substantially in the last couple of days, which is good. So I think it's looking all right. I would like it to have a higher peak and effectively create the lightning bolt that pushes us towards movement. One sec, guys. Let me just have a quick look at what this is. Okay, it's all good. I just thought it might be a crazy alert or something. It was not a crazy alert. Oh, there we go. Do we have more PaySafe data now? No, not really. Okay. There we go. It's loaded. Oh. I love that close if it happens. Damn. I love that close if it happens. Oh, yeah. Oh, we're going to add it in. What's this? PSFE. PaySafe is going into the speculation. There we go. Give it a little purple tag. Got to purple tag that. We're in the speculatives with PaySafe because that is a super serious trend line. And I would love to see that closed against. I'm watching it like an eagle-eyed hawk. We got crazy volume coming in. I want it above this zone. I don't want your $11, man. No, Brian. No $11. We want to see 1280 plus. Yes. That's what we want to see. K Kennedy, $2. Hi, Tom. Just a reminder to check out your John Deere. Oh, I've got John Deere. I see it. But I'm not shorting it yet, man. But when it happens, maybe I will. I might put an option on this nasty thing. Because I don't like John Deere's price. I don't like UPS's price. I don't like FedEx's price. But I particularly don't like this one. Yesterday we saw it look like distribution. We've got our high, our false breakout, our random consolidation, our cross of the 2050. And then, of course, if we get through our support, the potential for some pretty big short action. Why, you might say? Because the damn thing is parabolic. You can't tell me that's not a sugar rush, guys. Have you ever seen a company that basically just produces a bunch of tractors, machinery? Yes, they've got AI. Yes, it's good tractor, blah, blah, blah. But it produces a good that is used. It went crazy parabolic. Can it really maintain these kind of sales? Look at it over history. It doesn't have exactly the greatest history. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Go back to the recovery here. 2008. The depths of the GFC. The worst probably time to trade the market ever. That was a very intense market back then. That's when I started trading. Just like many of you have come in with AMC, GME, the crash last year, maybe 2019, euphoria in the market. This was when I came in with Tyrone, my business partner. And we started trading here. And I can tell you it was a sight. It was certainly a different time. And then you see that massive recovery of this stock followed by lackluster results. So when we go back over here and we think about the recovery we've just seen, this stock did very well, ran through 10, ran into 11. Let's say this market is a little bit more spastic and it's gone a bit faster. Then at this point, are we thinking it's a little bit too high? I'm starting to think yes. Thank you very much, K. Kennedy. Elizabeth Shue, $4.99. Hey, Tom, where would you diversify a rather small 5K? Oh, tough question. You can't ask me these ones. Long-term investment portfolio. Is Apple not good anymore? Question mark. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. Well, number one, I can't tell you where to put your money. Up the top somewhere, it says not financial advice, guys. It really is about education, trying to empower you guys to make better decisions. How do we do that? One of the ways that we do that is by trying to teach you some of the things we see in the markets. If you're thinking about putting 5K long-term investment portfolio, of course, one of the things that Warren Buffett would say is indices. Now, he might say S&P 500. There are other indices to look at. There are sector indices to look at, hint, hint. And you can maybe go and check out sectors that you like in the future and potentially have better gains based on that. You know, the problem with the S&P 500 is this. It's 500 companies. In those 500 companies, there are boomer companies that are doomed to failure. There are glorious, great growth companies, such as tech. And then, of course, there is also a bunch of sideways kind of companies that come in and out and in areas that you've never even heard of before. So the problem I have with the top 500 is, let's say 300 of those go up over the next couple of years. But 200 of them, they're not investing in their business. They're giving dividends. They don't know what they're doing. They're basically getting their ass kicked by things in the Russell and smaller companies coming up. Does the S&P 500 present the best value when you've got 200 companies that are lagging? It may not. It's not going to be like the last decade, I believe, where the S&P 500 was one of the best things to own. That's how I see it, but you've obviously got to go and make your own decisions there. Durgesh Dandy. My God, you've got a hard name, bro. $1.99. I'm going to call you this from now. Hi, Dugu here, mate. Excellent. That's easier. Please look at Zoom. I am short. A company I don't like. Excellent. Zoom Video Communications. You're shorting it? Okay. I'm surprised you're shorting it. I think like when you short it up here and in these ranges, especially here, it makes more sense. Here, I'm starting to think there's a bit of recovery play going on. Not a huge fan of the short here. Even though I don't like the company, I don't think it's going short here. Guys, what do you think? You reckon Zoom's going long or short here? Tell me right now. The way I see it is that we're at a critical point in all the hyper stocks. They're all trying to recover. We've got clear resistance somewhere around this 340 to 350 zone. So you can see in this area. You can see this rejection candle that came through yesterday, which is nasty. But we've got almost a 2050 cross to the upside. That's exponential moving averages. That doesn't happen that often. Think about it. We haven't had that go for quite some time. It happened here. It was a false. Then the rest has been down. And obviously, there's been the huge uptrend. But we're starting to put in a lot of work here. And notice as well, the volume has improved. Volume. There's buyers here. Someone's buying. And that has me worried. So I can see the short. If you're going to take it for just a couple of days, then a new low would be the preference. And then it moves back down to like 326. Find some buying pressure around these moving averages. But I'm not heavily like thinking, oh man, that is super short. That's just the way I'm thinking about it. Good luck there, Dooku. Mike H, $4.99. Please look at SENS glucose monitoring, not to be confused with the pest control company. Okay. Sensonics. Electronic components. I assume this is the one. $3.43 movement here. Pretty nice closure breakout. Big volume accompanied with it. Certainly moving. If this is the one you're talking about. Sens. Yeah, I'm in towards $4 first. Profit target. Second profit target's obviously your 550. Big gap. Big closure yesterday for it. I think it goes to $4, man. It looks pretty strong towards the $4. Not much more we can do here, Mike. It's just on its run. Doesn't matter what time frame we look at it. It's breaking out, and it hopefully is going towards the $4. Good luck. Swiden, okay. SEC, $20. I'll buy more shares of AMC at $30, maybe about 900 units. Yeah, I think a lot of people will buy around those zones for AMC. So if you're thinking about where the apes will rebuy, it's going to be somewhere around that $48 price to start off with. So somewhere in here, this 48-ish area. I think a lot of people will have a crack at it. I think also people will buy previous all-time high. So somewhere around here, they'll go back over. Where are we? We don't have it on 2-hour chart. So they'll go back over and they'll look at around this $35. I think that will be a heavy buying zone. I think that's probably the one. And then 30, 25, etc. They'll be buying at all these areas if it does fall down there. But for the buy zone, guys, for AMC today, it's all about 60 closure. 60 closure up would be strong. I still believe all these other ones moving, it's not good for AMC. So because CLOV is moving, because we're seeing a huge movement up here in a bunch of squeeze stocks, it's diluting the attention just like last time on one or two shares such as GME and AMC, and it's going everywhere, and that means less apes holding at the right area. Hype Beast J, $1.99. Can you have a look at GoTo? Sure. Possible squeeze coming. Let's have a look. GoTo. Let's look at the volume. Volume has been a good teller. Yep, increased volume. Oh, not last 2 days. Whoa. Whoa, that thing got smashed. So how did it act? Yes, it was a squeeze in the January period. Was this when everything else started? Yes, it was. How much squeeze is there on this? Guys, can someone get it and give it to me? Can someone give me this one? GoTo? Sounds like Goku. Imagine if the code was Goku. I guarantee if the code was Goku, it would go. got some Dragon Ball Z apes out there. Goku would be the best code ever. Or Vegeta or something. I like that so much. Rename the company. Your Imagination says pre-market Wish 26%, CLOV 24%, CLNE 39%. Yes. S. Burgos says, I sold Sundial and lost the chance to make 20K in 2 days, then bought at the top. Forgot I put a limit order, so don't feel bad. Oh, S. Burgos, I feel bad for you, man. Always check your orders on the daily, man. I'd invest in Goku, says XLM. Yes, Goku to the moon, exactly. What is this thing short? Clever. I don't know what Goku's is. Someone tell me. Send it to me, guys. It would be very cool to know. Whatever this thing is. OTRK, please. Let's have a look at OTRK. On track. Yeah, nice breakout, man. Good consolidation. Volume accompanied yesterday was coming through. Obviously, you're trying to buy something to fill the gap up to 60. This is the right type of start. I think it's pretty strong. It's good. Not for me, but certainly is a decent one. I did limit orders on Wish at $12. What an idiot, says Jim. Oh, well. OTRK getting the gap fill today. Huge upside. Oh, it's moving at the moment, 39.70. Yeah, so the gap's 50. You're right, OTRK right here, 39.70, 11.49%. I think that this is it's valid. So, did it run in Jan? Certainly did. Not as much. So, is this on our stock twits madness? Let's have a look. I'm just checking it out. I'll bring it on the screen. No, CLNE is, of course. These are the trending ones. Most active here. Those. You need to be first on these ones, though. So remember, one of the ways of doing that is checking volume. Doing a volume scan for unusual volume activity. Maybe I'll do it with you on tomorrow's stream. We'll go through them if they keep going. Icanesio Lara, welcome to the Stonk Squad. Thank you so much for joining, becoming a member, and supporting the chat. Enjoy the new emoticons and obviously the little beautiful space rocket there. That'll be good. So this is pretty good. K Kennedy comes in with, we haven't got our go-to yet. K Kennedy coming in with $5. Can you check out IWM? I have 235 calls and thank you. Yeah, IWM looks really solid still. 235 calls. All right. When's your expiry? Pretty important. So 235 is currently above this price. Considering what we're seeing on the 10-year, as long as the 10-year yield gets dumped, I believe that's a positive for the Russell and a positive for the Nasdaq. Just in terms of the way the market perceives it. So if it does come up, which look, it's breaking out. Like there's nothing that's changed on my IWM research. I believe that we've got channel breakout. I've kind of ignored this one for now. I think it's valid to ignore it for certain reasons. And we're moving towards a 235 plus. So let's get up to 247, 240, 250. That's the area in the zone that we're looking at. We've got 16 minutes till the market opens. We'll start dialing in here on a few stocks that we're interested for today. But yeah, it'll be pretty interesting stuff when we get into that. VW, $5. Hey, Tom, can you have a look at AHT? Sure can, man. Ashford Hospitality. It's getting meme attention and in the top 10 on stock twits. Lots of social, but seems like a reopen play too. Yeah, this is definitely running. You can see the volume activity that's coming through. The socials obviously spiking. Let's have a look at the socials on stock twits. I'm telling you, stock twits is a good way of figuring out what the hell is going on Wall Street Bets, because Wall Street Bets is a cacophony of madness. You won't be able to tell half the time what's going on. You need a social tracker. Stock tweets is one of them. You can also see that increase in conversation. You can even come into the message boards here in live streams, whether it's me or any of the other guys that are streaming. Usually you'll see a bunch of people talking about stuff and they'll be talking about it maybe a day or two before. They won't be the biggest voice, but then you can go and start to do your own analysis. Yes, this is volume breaking out here pretty strongly. Ashford Hospitality Group. I agree with you. There's a potential this is also a reopen play. Like any services, I assume it has absolutely terrible cash flow based on the current price. How did it go last time? So in June, it had a dead cat bounce. It didn't run very much through any of the squeeze times over here. But boy, oh boy, does it have a big runway to go. How big is this? 801 million, so quite small. Very susceptible and to thin trading lines. And that volume has been coming in hard recently. It came in super hard over here, and it's coming in very, very hard in the last couple of days. Or like anything, it's risky, but it's fairly cheap, which makes it exciting. And I think the biggest play here when you're looking at them is not just to find the volume, but look at the amount of shorts on it. And if those shorts are huge percentages, the community will move to those. It's a very exciting story. Remember, CLOV, 40%, this, that, everything. It's all about how much short do we have? And then when it's a huge percentage, people get excited about it and they're prepared to participate in that story. Matthew K, $2. Hey, Tom, could you check out SPG? Sure can. New high here also could open up at least $8 here, man. At least $8. If not, all the way through to that dead cat bounce. 18. There's some definite potential here. SPG. Haven't heard that one in a while. Simon Property Groups. It's getting close to the end, in my opinion. Let's go out a little bit here. Oh, it's so aggressive on its return. Like, I know all these REITs are moving at the moment. I feel like it's close. I would be very careful at 144. Keep watching it. I expect it to run very hard away from this 20 moving average and hit it fairly quickly. And then for you to want to bail on that. For SPG, that's the way I'd be looking at it. Yeah, it's very aggressive trend across the board. Good luck. Okay, we're caught up. Perfect. So we're coming into the market. We've got US 100 doing very nicely here in the open. We will go back over to all of the stocks. Let's have a look at what's doing well. Finance down. 10-year yield down is not doing good for it. Trade Desk, 2.34%. We've got BioNTech, 2.11%. What else? We've got MasterCard, Zscaler, ResMed, SE coming in with a 1% gain here as well. Bit of a change from the last couple of minutes. Coinbase only up 1.24% now. Let's go to the watch lists and speculation. We need to add a few here. I think we need to add CLNE. I'll put that in speculation just so you guys can see the big percentage here on clean energy fuel. 36% on that. I don't know if I'd hold these, but they are moving heavy. Clover. Let's put that other one in there. The Goku. What is it? Golu or something? I forgot what it was. Let me go down. See, I've convinced myself it was GoTo. I think it was GoTo. All right, there we go. We'll add GoTo in there. Why not? There we go. So 36% clean energy. Clover 23 coming into the open. 27. Will it go to 30? Seems kind of likely it'll give it a go. This GoTo thing, $15. Tilray, Peloton. It's all happening here in the squeezes for the morning. That's where the big money has been at for the retail traders. Plug, let's have a quick look at that. Basically pre-market flat. JD, flat. ARCG, up 0.45%. I like this a lot. I think it's pretty strong. Let's have a look at the old CRISPR. CRISPR Therapeutics, 0.07. I'm still very excited about these biotech stocks. I know they're boring for the big players out there that are in these AMC stocks in terms of percentage gains, but they're certainly very interesting to me, and I think they're at the right levels. Tesla, 0.23, a bit disappointing. So yeah, overall pretty good day. Gold moving ahead now. Very nice to see. See how it just hit during this stream. Oh. Let's go to gold. We'll bring up capital.com. See how it just hit that resistance and broke back down off it. Very important area to get through the 1896. Let's see if it can do so during the stream. Plug is flat today, says Trilly Messiah. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Go to. That's the one. Too late for CLOV? I think so. I think it still could have percentage in it, but is the risk worth the reward? If you're in it, sure. If you're going to get back into it yesterday, I think the retest from the top down was the go. But I would be very, very careful. I think the community is moving through them again like last time. We're seeing big spikes onto the next one, big spikes onto the next one. The only two that really have big holders, AMC and GME. They're the only ones that have these guys that just go, it's kind of like Bitcoin and Ethereum hodlers. They'll hold, or XRP hodlers. They'll hold it and hodl that thing. And I don't care what you say about that coin. They don't care. They say stuff we know. That's what AMC and GME are, and BlackBerry maybe. But this CLOV is not known for being a hold. So I believe it is a pumpy and dumpy. Esburgos says, I'm worried in the next few days we're going to snatch the 30K I made in the last 3 weeks. Protect yourself then, Esburgos, if you're worried about it. Good morning from Rashad. Good morning, man. Can gold break the 1926, mate? Yes. Why not? 1910, then we can go to 1930. You got to leave before Reddit drop their meme stocks, says Truly Messiah. Yeah, they will drop a lot of them. Nick Nasty says, series of pump and dump Ponzi's. Yes, correct. That's what effectively they will be, yes. You're not wrong, sir. Al Kelly Clark, 6969, $5. You got a big name there, Al Kelly. $5. Thoughts on SDC? Let's have a look at SDC for you. Pretty strong. 986 here in the open. 3.25. Big breakout yesterday. Do I like it? Ugh. What if we put a line between these? Oh, damn, dude. $10. Big issues. Probably not my favorite. It's kind of coming in right on resistance, which was previous support. I guess if it closes, the way I do this is it closes up, comes back down, retests, I pick it up, and then I take it long into these highs. I don't know if I love SDC, but it is doing the right type of thing, but this is a huge point for it today. Very important you check it out today, man. Al Kelly. Christina M, $4.99. Can you please show which filters you use for FinBiz Scanner for these stocks before they pop while people are still accumulating? I don't really want to set it up 8 minutes before. Christina, look, I'll definitely show you guys. I'll do it in tomorrow's stream. I just don't have time to really go through it today. But Christina, I'll write it down now to cover it. So I'll write down here, squeeze, filters, FinViz. Yeah, I'll do it for you. Okay, it's in my list of things to do tomorrow during the stream. So guys, subscribe, come back. I'll show you how to find these ridiculous movements in terms of just at least one of the ways you can do so through the FinViz one. So Christina, I'll do it tomorrow. E. Elliott, $5. RH, he says. All right, let's have a look. RH, after earnings, should I add to this list of sugar rush stocks? 15% are short, but too expensive for retail to squeeze. I agree. This is way too much. A good squeeze stock starts under $20, and I want it to start under 10 ideally. So under 10 would be one of the prerequisites to most people. It makes it very exciting to people. They like the ability to be able to buy quite a few shares of it. Remember, a lot of the squeeze people out there, like on average, guys, tell me right now in the community, how much money do you put in a squeeze stock? Tell me right now. So do you put 10 grand? Do you put 1 grand? Do you put $500? Tell me right now. I'd love to know. How much money do you put in a squeeze stock? And don't be lying now. I know if you're lying. If you say $1 million, you're a liar. Because I don't. You show me that. I don't think that's going to happen. This actually looks good from a technical perspective. A breakout coming soon. You're going to have your double bottom base after a nice pullback. You've got your resistance that can come through here. So you've got your resistance 650. So yeah, how much would you YOLO? I'd like to know how much the YOLO people out there are up to. I'm going to guess it's somewhere around, probably around like average 1 to 2K, bigger players 5K, Someone like me, I'd probably put 10K. I really would if I did it, but I'm not all about the YOLO lifestyle, hey. And I'm not, 10K is probably a bit much. Yeah, I don't know. 5K is probably what a lot of people feel comfortable with when they've got a bit more cash in their portfolio. And I would say the average is about 1 to 2K. And there'll be a lot of 500s and $100. So yeah, here's the double bottom support. Here's the lower peaks. I like that. You're absolutely correct. It's way too expensive for people to squeeze off. And that's what will stop them because you need the community behind you. But I would love to see it break through this trend line and specifically 654, which will lead to further gains in the future. Good luck. Here we go. We've got people coming in. Greg Hartman says 10K is my number on squeeze stocks. Yeah, I don't think there'll be too many that start with higher than 10K. Darth Sidious says, lol, I put in 100K min. But yeah, Sid, you should be, are you using leverage though? Or are you putting in 100,000 cool hard cash? Either you're maybe crazy. The question should be what percentage? Don't ever ask that, Rob Money. I don't know. I don't think I want to know what the community's percentage of their account is when they put it in. It's going to be way too high. Way too high. Some people are going to be putting like 50% of their portfolio down on these things, which is terrifying in itself. So let's get everything ready here. CLOV obviously up 24.25. GME up 2.2. We'll put AMC down the bottom left here. It looks like it's still all about squeezes at the moment in the markets, so fair enough. There's our AMC. Got our CLOV ready. We'll put that on the 1 minute chart just to see the extreme action on the open. That'll be very interesting. We'll also load up, what's the other one that's moving? Probably CLNE is moving the most this morning from what I saw. So we'll chuck that on the 5 minute chart. Bull Rocket says 100% of course. Spyburn007 says 100%. 100% for most, I reckon, says Marvin the Martian. Nah, I don't think so. I think a lot of people are putting in like 25% and stuff like that. And then some people, yeah, I mean, they're either all in 100 or a lot of people will be like 10 to 25. Someone said 3 to 5%. Super interesting to see all these nights. So it looks like the numbers here are about averaged about 1K, it looks like. Most people about 1K. Couple of hundred, 500, 1K, 5K, 500K, says Mojito. Come on, Mojito. Really? 25K from Frank? Damn, dude. That's pretty big money. 100K supposedly from Sid. Interesting. Let's get the music started, guys. We've got our things set up. We've got our beautiful Nasdaq set up for people that are looking at the boring market, some would say at the moment, but I think it's a lot of fun. We've got US 100 coming in strong. We've got everything looking good for a nice green day here. Hopefully it continues. Let's get ready for a big session. We'll get that intro cranking right now for you. Let's do it. 2 minutes till the market opens. I want to see rockets, apes in the community right now. Spam them through, guys. It's about to get open. Let's do it. Spam them in. Spam, spam, spam. Mods, let them free. Pietro says 200 without the K. $10 from Muhammad. Is that what you guys are doing today? Oh, damn. I'm feeling better already. All right, guys, we are 1 minute off the open. We've got our pre-market set here. We are feeling green. Green today. E. Elliott, we're done. Mitchell Miller, $10. Hey, Tom, random TA question. As far as breaking and respecting support, how do you weigh intraday short ladder attacks? I don't really. When doing TA. Oh, we're open. One sec, dude. One sec. We'll read your one in a minute. Got to get the opening bell. There we go, guys. Congratulations making it through to Wednesday with the community. Thank you so much. Got the Nasdaq bell there for you all. Let's have a look how this stuff opens. We've got everything moving through. BTC 45. Let's go through some stocks here. Enphase, Shop, ARKG. Hell yeah. I'm still excited. That 1.23% makes me happy. I know that's crappy for most people, but let's hope that's what holds up. I would like to see even more. AMC comes in 3.31, CLOV at 24%, selling off early. And yeah, we can see here, where's my CLNE? Where is this thing? There it is, 14.25, up 44%. That's truly where the action is. Nasdaq is moving, 13,880. Strong day for the Nas, 0.5%. IWM, 0.2%. US 500 almost witnessing history. Actually, did we just get a new high? Let me get rid of AMC for a second. Oh, I don't want to get rid of anything. We'll get rid of this one. How close are we? SPX. I don't want to talk about fake market futures high. I want real high. Oh, almost witnessing history, guys, on the stream. Look at this. Look at this history being made. Hell yeah. I love history and being part of it with the community out there for FX Evolution. It's awesome. Apes and rockets and planes being spammed in the room. That's good. I like it. Spam your tickers. That's right. Well, yeah, we could spam tickers. That's good. I think that's even better. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow if the squeezes continue. You can spam your CLOV or your AMC or just spam. That's good. Okay, Mitchell Miller. So he asked the question, as far as breaking/respecting support, how do you weigh intraday short ladder attacks when doing TA? So you're just talking about in general, or you're talking about these squeeze ones. Do you use longer time frames to smooth them out? Yes. I would never, ever, like I've kind of been around for long enough that if I'm going to day trade and scalp, I generally actually would do so in a different market. So I might do it in like a Forex market. You can do it in certain stocks, but you have to become very aware of the way they trade. And then you'll become very aware and you'll do it that way. Now, if you're talking about when you're looking at like a normal stock, generally swing trading is going to be the easiest way. That will give you less stress, and you'll also get less chance of fake out breakouts and getting hit by the algos during the day. So we've seen a lot of huge algo trades come into markets where the US 100 has suddenly, like yesterday, it opens up, bang, shorts off heavy, huge amount of algorithms sell it, they all get involved, and then it comes back up. When you look at it on a bigger time frame, it just looks like noise. It's like resistances becoming support, buy zone. But when you look at it on 1 minute chart, it's terrible. So we'll probably look into that a lot more when we've got more time. It's a great question. And yes, Mitchell Miller, the way I do it is I look at a bigger time frame. I'm going the 4 hour, the 8 hour, the 4 hour, the 8 hour on certain charts, the daily, and weekly, finding the key support resistances, and then knowing that I'm aware of where the markets are. So here comes the first test for AMC around this $50 to $48 range. Let's see how it deals with this zone. It's getting smashed here in the morning. I told you one thing, and that is that when you spread everybody too thin and the money's flying everywhere, it makes it more susceptible that effectively these hedge funds, these Wall Street guys, they can come in and punish the stocks as people take profit in one, they rotate into another, and it spreads it too thin. And that's what you don't want to see when you've got a movement like this. This is not ideal for the overall movements. That's why I think there's a lot of pumpy dumpies that are going to be coming in. You've got to be very careful here, guys. Very careful. Thank you, Mitchell Miller. We'll do it soon. So all the stocks coming in generally green in the hyperstock area. You can see here Square 1.35, TDOC 1.49, Airbnb up here a little bit. Plug, unfortunately, down slightly here this morning, 33. Got PaySafe 0.75 up. That was an interesting chart that we were looking at before. And CLOV's now only 10%. So an early sell-off across the board. Let's load up the Webull scanner. Let's have a look at the percentage changes. Okay, so we got AMC down 10, BlackBerry down 8, Oxygen, Plug. They've all come in weaker, but this is, remember, the retail hour. So there's a lot of fake out craziness that goes on here. CLNE still doing well at 32, 33%. Let's go over to the real market. Check out the big ones. DoorDash, Twilio, Hyperstocks are in force here. SE, Teladoc, Square, Roku, PayPal, they're all good. I love being that we're correct here because these hyperstocks are rotating in, and I believe we were ahead of the curve here. We saw the daily volumes increase. We saw the nasty accumulation. We saw the lower peaks getting broken through, and I believe we're now seeing the results of this over the last couple of days of trade. Hyperstocks are back. Zoom is down, so congratulations to Dugu. It is down here. That's a good movement below that shooting star that you currently see. So hopefully Zoom, like I don't like the company, so I agree with you. It's not good, but just be careful around that zone. If it breaks above your daily resistance, Zugu, that will not be good. Goldman Sachs down, all banks down. And I'll be careful as well with CrowdStrike. It's pretty expensive. The multiples there are pretty high. So is SE. They're both very high. Be careful on those. There we go. That's it. BioNTech, SE, everything's... I like it. It's a good day. Except for these squeezes initially. But it's not over yet. Is Twitter trying to break out? Let's have a look at Twitter. I think so. I think Twitter's pretty good. We've been following this one on the channel. I'm looking for it back to 64. Yeah, I think it's trying to break out. I think it can go to 64. I got no problem with that. BTC shorts going to the moon, says Miles Savage. True. Let's have a look. BTC shorts. Oh, it is too, dude. I think this is... Wait, what's this? 20... I want to go back and retest more of these short periods. So shorts, because this could be the least sophisticated market of all time if these have gone through. So 20... What's this? 25th of November. Because see how it just instantly gets when the whales change their mind? So we've got massive amounts of shorts 25th of November. Let's have a look if it holds up. There's that big short squeeze. Yeah, I think it. Look, I think it's pretty close to being able to predict very, very good levels of problems happening. And if that BTC short squeeze is coming through strong here, yeah, I mean it's pretty good at predicting a decent pullback zone. So I would think this is very worrying for BTC holders. As we said, there could be a new low that's going to form. Look for it to go up here. If BTC continues to rise as well, that's not going to be good. Breakout of ARC and Web. Yeah, no surprise. I love the ARC chart. I love it. I don't often say that. Truly Messiah says, yes, the hyper stonks are truly back. Yeah. What do you think about investing in air conditioning because it is summer? I think you should do a bit of research on that in terms of like it swinging through. Hi, buddy. What do you think about Boeing? I think Boeing's fun. It's a boomer stock. It takes ages, guys. We saw the breakout of these lower peaks, moved pretty quickly. I think it's just going to hover here for a little while and then hopefully move back up. It's still here on our charts. We'll still watch it. But all hyper stonks are up hard today. So it's a hyper stonk party more than anything else. Plug going back into the green. That's nice to see. And unfortunately, all of the squeeze stocks other than CLOV and CLNE are down. All right, everybody. It looks like NEO going to hit 45. Oh, I want to have a look at that. Let's have a look at NEO. We want 46, man. What are you talking about, 45? 46. That's where we want to go. Skills is moving. Oh, yeah. Old Skills. Yep. Beautiful. Got big plans for Skills. 5.54%. Big closure out. It's good. It's good. Good work, guys. But we're smashing it. We're smashing it. Hyper stonks are back. Things are going good. Unfortunately for some people, I know someone's going to be down today and they're not feeling good. But look, this was what we were focusing on as a community pretty hard. Been watching it for a while. Started to really see some good movement there. So I'm glad that hopefully today it holds through. So keep watching that US 10-year Treasury, guys. The more that falls, the better it is. CPI tomorrow, we'll be covering it here on the channel. Remember to subscribe, hit that like button, guys. It does help us out. And we'll see you 1.5 hours before US market open tomorrow. I'm going to go and enjoy checking out this BTC shorts and having a little bit of a squiz. We're going to play it out. And tomorrow I'll also answer how to find short squeezes before they hit for that super chat question. Bye for now, everyone. Have a great day. Sheila says, deer approaching the short level. Yeah, that deer stock sucks.